Hello,
Greetings.
and welcome to episode 3 of Looking Good. Right,
Aye.
so we're going to kickstart, Hayden?
Yeah, you can do.
Great. Okay then. First
Sorry,
story.
Michael Caine impressions.
She was only 15 years old. Right.
I'm not going to bury another one of your family. Master way.
New Zealand has had to start banning baby names. Because recently the prohibition has come in because a list of bans. I mean, we're just going to run down the list of children's names actually, and you'll get an idea of why this has happened. We've got 4 real with an actual 4, Lucifer, anal, a simple slash, like literally the symbol, Majesty, Queen Victoria, Knight, V8, Mafia No Fear, and any like initials like AJ, MC, VL, LB that don't actually stand for anything. They've been banned. In 2008, a New Zealand family called a 9-year-old girl whose parents called her Tahula Does the Hula from Hawaii. She got ordered to change her name. And Sweden are also facing the problem after having people trying to name their children Superman, Metallica, and BRFXXCCXMNPCCCLLMNNPRXVCLMNKCSSQILL11116. New Zealand have
Imagine
cracked
being a
down.
kid in school having to write that. And that is just your first name.
Oh, and there's also a child just that narrowly missed just being called full stop. Like literally just the symbol. How do you come over here?
A man's McDonald's hamburger looks the same after 14 years.
As long as he hasn't eaten it. That's
No.
fine. No, okay.
David Whipple from Utah had originally planned to keep the burger for 2 months in order to show friends how its preservatives would maintain its appearance. But after accidentally leaving the product in his pocket for 2 years,
It's pocket.
yep, Mr. Whipple decided to keep the burger for even longer to see how long it could continue.
So why was it in his pocket?
It wasn't on purpose, Mr. Whipple told the
Oh.
US television show The Doctors. I was showing some people how enzymes work and I thought a hamburger would be a great idea. And I used it for a month and I forgot about it.
I think the important part of the story is someone managed to keep a hamburger in the pocket for 2 years.
I know.
But he obviously wore this jacket.
Whoa! I didn't read this bit. I just copy and pasted. Right? But bids for the burger reached $2,000.
Classic. Probably McDonald's trying to burn it. Burn the evidence.
That's what they've been selling. It's not actually 14 years old.
So
It's
I think the major story is that a man has kept a burger in his pocket for 2 years. That's amazing. So here we've got Reddit, common website, have released the top 10 lists of scary things children say to their parents due to a poll. They did a poll.
Yeah.
Last. So I'm going to run down the list with you basically. 10. Creepy dating advice. I jokingly asked, what's the best way to get a girlfriend? My 7-year-old responded, tell her to be my girlfriend or she'll never see her parents again. 9. Sibling rivalry. My 3-year-old daughter stood next to her newborn brother and looked at him for a while and then turned to me and said, Daddy, it's a monster. We should bury it. But 8. Watch out, Grandma. He was cuddling with her and being very sweet. He was about 3 at the time. He takes his face in her hands and brings her face close to hers. And then tells her that she's very old and will die soon. And then looked at the clock. Number 7. Goodbye, Dad. I was tucking my 2-year-old in. He said, good night, Dad. And I said, no, we say good night. And he said, I know. But this time it's goodbye. 6. Beware of monsters. My younger cousin, around 5 at the time, once drew a picture of a black monster, looked up at me and said, he told me to draw this. He's coming for you. You better hide. Number 5. Skin peel. I was sound asleep. At around 6 AM, I was woken by my 4-year-old daughter's face, inches from my own. She looked right into my eyes and whispered, I want to peel off all your skin. 4. Sibling rivalry, part 2. So, I shouldn't throw him in the fire, said my 3-year-old daughter, holding her baby brother for the first time. 3. Cat crucifixion. I was about 3, and we had a cat that had stillborn kittens. I asked my father if he would make crosses for them, which he did. As he was making them, I asked, aren't they too small? He said, what do you mean? I replied, aren't we going to nail them to them? After a few moments' silence, my dad says, we're not going to do that. I simply replied, oh. Number 2, past lives. Daddy, remember that time we died? And number 1, a friend of mine's child told him, Daddy, I love you so much, I want to cut your head off and carry it round so I can see your face whenever I want.
A girl is saved by her father in a high-speed chase in France.
That's cute.
Yeah, the unnamed girl was taken by a notorious human trafficking gang. The father, only known as Brian, being an ex-CIA agent, receiving a phone call at the time of her being taken, to which the kidnappers answered the phone. Brian quoted saying, "I will not look for you. I will not find you."
I'm out. See you later.
It's a challenge set. I even got a picture and everything.
Classic.
Select.
North Korea plans to build a new theme park in the capital of Pyongyang, and it's a miniature world that is basically the Western world, because they're a bit they're idiots, and it's going to have a mini Big Ben, a mini Eiffel Tower. You can buy Western food there. Only place in North Korea you can buy Western food, like Hershey's Kisses chocolates, Coca-Cola and Doritos. These people are declaring war on the Western world. There is an inside supermarket where shop girls wear French designer labels. You can buy Italian wine, Swiss chocolates, kiwi fruit from New Zealand, croissants, facials, line tan booths, play around with mini golf, and for some reason they're doing what? Like 2.8 million North Koreans need food assistance. Like, they need to get people to bring them food from outside North Korea because North Korea aren't feeding them. Yet they're spending money on a westernized. The last thing is they're also building a mini golf theme park there, and Kim Jong-il's late father, Kim Jong-un's late father, Kim Jong-il, is not around to test his formidable golfing skills. When Pyongyang's first golf course opened in 1994, he was given the honour of playing the first round, and according to his scorecard, a shot 38 under par, which included 11 hole-in-ones. Yeah, that's not suspicious.
A Mormon bishop was the unlikely hero after stopping a mugging near his home using a 29-inch high-carbon steel samurai sword. Kent Hendrick, a 4th-degree black belt martial arts instructor, came to his neighbour's aid when she was attacked outside her property in Salt Lake City. After being woken up by his 14-year-old son, who had witnessed the attack on Tuesday, the bishop grabbed the weapon he usually trained with before running outside. The 35-year-old victim was knocked to the ground as she left her home for work by a man who had been stalking her. He took her keys and attempted to gain entry to her property. She ran down the street for help before a barefooted Mr. Hendricks came to her aid, armed with his trusty samurai sword, and confronted the men. His eyes as big as saucers, and he kind of gasped and jumped back, he explained. He's probably never had anyone draw a sword on him before.
So they didn't actually kill them?
I think he did.
What?
As he left, he yelled, "I've got your DNA in your license plate. You are so done." No, he didn't even cut him. He picked up the lip balm he had dropped.
Now time for the Josh Part Nice story. Cameron Lyle, 21, is a shot put star at the University of New Hampshire. He spent the last 8 years training for his final American East Conference this month, and earlier this year he's decided to end his career a month shy of the competition, so months ago to the competition, in order to become a bone marrow donor. According to CBS, Be The Match, the National Bone Marrow Registry paid a visit to his school, and they swabbed potential matches for people. And the chance of finding a perfect match outside of a median family is about 1 in 5 million. However, just over 2 months ago, Lyle received a call saying that he found a 100% match, and it was a man suffering from a rare form of leukemia with just 6 months to live. And he just didn't even think about it. He just said yes, and this extraction meant that Lyle would be unable to lift anything more than 20 pounds for a month while he recovered. And to save a man's life, he just did it. And we had to miss out on this final that he'd been training for 8 years before. And when spoken to, Lyle simply told ABC that you can't measure life against anything, and if you have an opportunity to save somebody, you have to go for it. And that's just wow.
That is brilliant.
I mean, Jesus. I mean, that's his whole life. Training and just throw it all away. And even though he can't do something for a while, this person who he saved can do something for the rest of his life. So, he's a moral we should all live by.
That is a lovely, lovely tale.
It is, isn't it? Well, I've been Josh Park.
I'm staying. Goodbye, Josh. Goodbye. Goodbye, Josh.
And we've all been looking good.
Hiya.
I'm on top of the world, I'm on top of the world,